Hello, so AQA Pure Core 1, Summer 2015, question 1. And the first part of the question says the line AB has the equation 3x plus 5y equals 7. It says find the gradient of AB. So we know that the general equation of a straight line is y equals mx plus c. We know that c is a constant, and we know that m is the gradient. So, if we arrange this straight line equation to look like the general straight line equation, we should be able to identify our gradients. So, if we move the x to the other side of the equation, so then we'll have minus 3x plus 7. And then if we divide the whole thing by y, minus 3 over 5 x plus 7 over 5, then our constant value, our c, is 7 over 5, and our m value is minus 3 over 5, so that's our gradient. The gradient's minus 3 over 5. Okay, so part B. That was part A. Part B. That says find the equation of the line that is perpendicular to the line AB. So, immediately you should be thinking of this formula, which basically means that if two lines are perpendicular, then multiplying their gradients together, you'll get minus 1. So if a line is perpendicular to AB, and the gradient of AB is minus 3 over 5, then we want to find, well, let's read the rest of the question, and which passes through the point minus 2, so we've got a point minus 2, minus 3. Express your answer in this form, px plus qy plus r equals 0, where p and q and r are integers, which means whole numbers. So we want to find this line that passes through this point, and we want to write it in this form, and it's perpendicular to AB. So first, let's find the gradient like we were doing. So we know that the gradient of AB is this, minus 3 over 5. We want to know our gradient of our perpendicular line, and we know that because they're perpendicular, if you times them two gradients together, we get minus 1. Okay, so m2 equals 5 over 3, just by solving that. I hope you can see that. And we know that this is the gradient and we have 1 point. So if we have 1 point on the line and we have the gradient, we can use this formula, y minus y1 equals m, x minus x1, and we can plug our coordinates and our gradient into this formula to find our line. So let's do that. We have y minus the y coordinate, so minus 3, minus minus is plus, so plus 3, equals m, which is 5 over 3, x minus our x coordinate, which is minus 2, minus minus 2 is plus 2, right? And now we just need, so this is our line equation. So now we just need to manipulate that so that it looks like this, and we need to eliminate the fraction because it says the p, q, and r need to be integers, which is a whole number. So let's times the whole thing by 3 to eliminate the to turn the whole equation into integers. No fractions in there, so let's times the whole thing by 3. So 3y plus 9 equals 5x plus 2. And if we just manipulate that a bit more, 5x plus 10, and bring that all over to one side, we find the answer to be 5x minus 3y plus 1 equals 0. And that's our answer. Okay, so part C. This says that the line AC has the equation 2x minus 3y equals 30. And it wants you to find the coordinates of A. So the x and the y coordinates of A. And so we have this line that obviously passes through A. And we also know from the start of the question, we have this line that passes through A. This is all the same A because it's all the same question. So always make sure you look back through the question if you're a bit stuck on a question C, because there might be some more information earlier on in the question that could help you. Okay, so let's just write down AB equals 3x plus 5y equals 7. Because we know that from the start. Okay, so to find these coordinates, because this is basically like, because these both lines both go through this point, it means that they intersect at this point, right? And we want to find out these coordinates at this point of intersection. So to do that, we simultaneously solve these equations. There's various ways you could do that. Well, I mean, I don't need to go through how to solve simultaneous equations, I don't think, but with the simultaneous equations, we find that x equals 9 and y equals minus 4. So our A point is 9 minus 4. And that's the end of that question. I hope that was helpful, and thank you for watching.